Professor Huang, what I got from your previous remark is that you constantly talk about the urgent need and also the importance of ambiguity. Do you think that at this moment, at this critical juncture, is there an urgent need for both sides to have direct communication?
Actually, I think from some Western's perspective, yes, there is an urgent need for the two sides to sit down and talk. But I think in Taipei, I personally do not feel this kind of urgent need from the Lai administration, despite the fact that the Lai administration said, yes, we do need to talk. Okay, and also in Beijing, I do not feel such an urgency either. Beijing thinks, okay, since you are in support of concrete or incremental Taiwan independence, then I'm not going to talk to you. Not until you change your position, then cross-strait negotiation will not happen. I think, so to me, I think Beijing is not in a hurry. But I do not think Beijing is expecting some kind of regime change or like ruling party change in Taipei in 2028, because that's still too early to call. But I think Beijing has stood firm on its own position towards Taiwan as local and the mainland as central, while Taipei, the Lai Ching administrations, only says that, okay, we need cross-strait negotiations. But actually, I do not see any assertive measures undertaken by the Taipei side either.
And now I'd like to raise my question to Professor Chien. If you remember in the inaugural address by President Lai, he specifically mentioned that he calls for cross-strait communication and also exchanges in the area of tourism and education. Do you think that he's like kind of extending an olive branch to the other side, or do you think, well, this is just, well, so far we haven't seen any concrete actions? What's your take on this?
We can see from the inauguration speech that our President Lai did express a friendly invitation for the further communication. And obviously that invitation does not receive a positive response. And then I think the main reason is right now both sides, we do not have this urgent need for these breakthroughs. So very similar during the Cold War era, if you think a hotline between the US and Soviet Union, it's a direct communication. I doubt that right now Taiwan and China, we need this kind of direct communication, a hotline phones, mainly because we are at nature different political regime. One is democratic and the other is non-democratic. We have very little in common to negotiate about at this stage. So either we go through more soft politics like tourism or education, this kind of issues. I don't think at this moment it will help in our negotiation.
So it seems that for the people of Taiwan and China, there is no such urgent need to engage in direct communication at this moment. So in a meeting, actually, it was mentioned that uncertainty in the Taiwan Strait is exacerbated by the post-election changes in the United States. Who would be more supportive of Taiwan after getting elected, Harris or Trump, Professor Huang?
It's commonly believed in Taiwan that the Democrats, Harris, would be more supportive for Taiwan because she would follows a lot of national security and foreign policies already undertaken by the Democratic government administration, President Biden. And also, Harris has been orally friendly to Taiwan occasionally. That's why people would think Harris would be more friendly to Taiwan. While former President Trump, he said that Taiwan should pay for its own defense, and Taiwan needs to buy more, and Taiwan steals U.S. chip industry and business opportunities, et cetera, et cetera. Therefore, I think it makes sense that if people here in Taiwan believe that the Harris administration would be more helpful for the future of Taiwan. But I would say that, former President Trump is very much difficult to predict, and to predict his behavior and his policy orientations. Therefore, uncertainties associated with former President Trump might be harmful for Taiwan, but it might be neutral for Taiwan if Donald Trump doesn't want to do too much about Taiwan, or he just simply ignores Taiwan. Okay, and because of this unpredictability, then perhaps, I would say perhaps, uncertainty associated with Trump would be a little bit better for Taiwan if he thinks, okay, now I do need Taiwan to stand by my side to help me resist mainland China. Therefore, you don't know what former President Trump would be going to do if he got elected, re-elected. Therefore, I think uncertainties, yes, always exist, but the future of Taiwan-USA relations, I really have no idea. We'll have to wait and see.
Right. Professor Chien, actually, traditionally, it seems that the Republican Party has been very supportive of Taiwan. But this time, in the Republican Party's platform, Trump omitted Taiwan for the first time. Does it mean that now the Democratic Party is more supportive of Taiwan? And do you think that if Harris gets elected, she will continue Biden's policies towards Taiwan?
I think American diplomacy, they practice realism. They are very practical. And then this practicality is shared in the American bipartisan politics, both by the Republican and the Democrat. So what Taiwan needs is for a small state like us, facing strong state, we need to figure out how can we stay relevant. If Taiwan can become very relevant to the US politics, right now, what the President Trump trying to ignore us is to try to give us pressures, maybe pushing us for more military procurement package in the future. And then both Republican and Democrat, I don't think they will give us any promise to help Taiwan if there is a military conflict occurring here. So basically, Americans are trying to help Taiwan to procure more military weapons and then to train increase our military capacity. But both parties do not have any promise, a firm promise to help Taiwan in our defense in the futures.
So I think just go back to what Professor Huang said. At the end of the day, we still need to rely on our own national defense to defend ourselves. That's really important, right?